Well, here we are at the Cycle Speedway here in Poole. It's the Senior European Individual Final of 2016. A good crowd here to witness what we hope will be some very exciting action. Before we get underway with the action, let's go and speak with a great old friend, the president of Poole Cycle Speedway, no other than Dave Lanning.
We have Dave Lanning, who's the president of Poole Cycle Speedway, with us. Dave, you've been involved for quite some time as president of Poole Cycle Speedway. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of getting involved?
Well, yes, I've been for about 4 or 5 years now. It's simply when I retired from the media and from television, I moved back here. I'm a local boy here, and I moved back down with my wife, and we live in Lilliput overlooking the harbour. And on a Sunday afternoon, like all the other silly old duffers, I used to come out for a walk at Whitecliff and watch the cricket. And I found this here and went and sat down on the terrace. And somebody came out and recognised me and said, "Good God, that's Dave Lanning." The last time we saw him was in Katowice with 133,000 people there. So they came to me and they said, would I agree to become the president? And I'm honoured. I used to do a bit of Cycle Speedway not far from here, just across the way, when I was 10 years old. So that I go very deeply back into Cycle Speedway. So I agreed to become the president, and they hoik me out to do my bit and present the trophies from time to time. And we come and sit with all the other old buffers, and we sit and talk about the old times, like good old boys. And it's good fun, and I enjoy it. And sometimes the entertainment is better than the motorised version.
Really, I never thought I'd hear you say that.
Well, I think it is. Yeah, you know, I mean, I've been very, very fortunate in my career. It's quite incredible when I sit here and think that I was very fortunate. I was in the golden times of television, Speedway on television, when we were getting audiences of 5 to 8 million people. And I was tramping around the world. I've worked something like about 30 different nations and major stadia, you know, from Wembley. I was the last one that worked at Wembley, the Coliseum in Los Angeles, Sydney Showground. I've worked Cairo, Moscow Dynamo, Siberia, all over the place, Abu Dhabi, you name it, I've done it. And just coming here, I was sitting on the steps, and you think, I've been very fortunate. I've worked most of the great stadiums in Speedway terms, and yet I still love it here. I think it's lovely here. It's got a lovely family atmosphere. It does a good job socially, and so it's quite a pleasure to kind of end up here. But it's in my blood. It's in my blood. I've been since I was 10 years old, and remarkably, in another couple of years, it'll be 70 years at Poole Speedway. And I was at the first ever Poole Speedway meeting in 1948, which is unbelievable. And I think we're a diminishing band of pilgrims now that were there on the first one. So that I've kind of come a very big and very colourful and very entertaining circle.
Do you get much chance to go and see the motorised version of Speedway these days?
Well, the people at Poole, Matt Ford and Gordon Day, they're very good to me and insist that I come. I don't go very regularly, to be frank with you, because Matt Ford won't let me pay to go in, and I feel embarrassed. And when I go there, I've stopped all the time by people who say, "God, oh blimey, Dave, when are you going to come back and do some more?" So that I keep away modestly. My family go. My youngest son now, Philip, is involved with Speedway. He's part of the Glasgow Speedway, the very, very ambitious, very enterprising, and very lively Glasgow promotion. Philip is still involved with that. The kids go. My grandchildren go. In fact, they were here a couple of weeks ago and went, and I thought, whatever did I start 70 years ago? And there, in fact, one of my grandsons actually takes photographs now. So we've kind of a generation. The dynasty roars on.
That's excellent. Thank you for your time today and for being so open and explaining everything to us. It's fantastic.
It's been my pleasure.
So here we go then, we get ready for the riding order. Number 1, it is Paweł Cegielski, the Pole Number 2, Simon Kovacic. Number 3, Zach Payne. And number 4, Matty Gazarek. Number 5, Ben Mould. Number 6, Josh Brook. Number 7, it's Jake Reed. And number 8, David Bass. Number 9, Marcin Parazinski. Number 10, Mark Carmichael. Number 11, Premik Blikowski. And number 12, Martin Simoninski. Number 13, Greg Gluskaski. Number 14, Lucas Novacki. And number 15, Mark Grimes. Number 16 in the lineup, Paul Hurd. That is the 16 runners and riders for today's meeting as we get ready for heat number 1. Really good crowd here in the sunshine. Of course, sponsored by Dolphin Shopping and Leisure, and our thanks, of course, go to them. So here we go then, the riders at the line for heat number 1. It is Cegelski on the inside gate. Gate number 2, it is Kazakli. Number 3, Zach Payne. And on the outside gate, it is Ganzarari. So that's how they line up then for the opening heat. So 3 poles in this one. It's going to be an interesting one. Zach Payne, the odd man out on gate number 3. And away they go in the charge for the first turn. It's very, very tight there as they come down the back straight. And here comes Payne up the inside here, and he's taking him very, very wide. It's through. And look at this here, and wow! The race stopped there, and it is Payne who could have a problem there. And look at it again here as they come in, and he clips the back wheel and over he goes. Very, very fortunate to get up from that one. Look at it from a different angle here. High sides it, lands more or less on his feet.
You had worked it out yourself. Zach Payne was excluded for ramming, and in the course of doing so, he changed the order of the race, which means that race has to be stopped and restarted, and it will be with 3 riders only.
So here we go with Cegelski, Kovacic and Ganzarek, the 3 poles. An interesting one here. Certainly be racing for pride. Cycle Speedway, very, very big in Poland. Charge for the first turn, and look at this here. Cegelski on the inside, but all 3 of them side by side go round that 3rd and 4th turn down the home straight here, and it's going charging into the turn here, and look how close they are. Absolutely busting a gut, knocking each other around here. But this one isn't over yet. 1st and 2nd turn down the back straight. Super little raceway they have here in Poole. And down the back straight once again. Can they find a way through? It doesn't look like they will.
Rider from Ostrov is Simon Kowalczyk, winner of race number 1, with Pavel Cegelski in 2nd, and 3rd place going to Matej Ganzarek.
Look at this here as they go down. Look how tight they are. And as they come off that turn there, absolutely nothing between them. It is Ganzarek who gets away.
So coming into race number 2 here of this European final at Harbourside Park, deep in the south coast. Probably here a carnival outfit. There's a pop festival just going on behind us, and we're coming up now to heat number 2. And it's an international field, 1 pole, 3 Englishmen. Going on to the inside there is Ben Mould from the Welsh club from Wensford. He rides from Wensford. Grid number 2 has Jake Reed from Stockport. Grid number 3, Josh Brook from the Ipswich club. And on the outside of the pole, David Bass comes from near Katowice in Poland. expect it to be a scramble to the first corner. This can develop into 20-mile-an-hour contact judo. Quietening down. The start will be a cathedral hush, and then it will explode. Coming now under starter. Remember, if they touch the tapes, they are out. This is really, really strict, this start. The hush is deafening. You'll hear them under starter's orders, and then they'll be released. 4 laps, remember. Mould, Reed, Brook, Bass from the inside out. There's a false start there, and it'll look like Brook, although the referee, I think, is signalling all 4, which indicates that more than one rider wasn't staying still. The discipline is harsh.
Okay, unsatisfactory start there. Unfortunately, the music festival crossing Harborside is a little bit of a distraction in the starting department, but we've put up with it all weekend. We just have to do so.
Well, they're going to go again, and they'll just have to stay still. Lots of poles in this crowd. You'll probably hear them cheering for Bass. Bass is the rider on the outside. The poles are normally very quick and very skillful. Away they go, and it's a terrific shot. They're all bunching into the first corner, and it looks like Mould has got away there. Second place, Jake Reed. The pole is at the back. He tried the outside run, and it's getting very, very rough. Oh, still in front though, it is Mould, and they are all over the place. This is Cycle Speedway. This is fun and games, and there's no quarter given nor asked. Into the last lap now, and the order's unchanged, and David Bass at the back will just keep an eye on him, because he's making his last effort to try and pick up third place. It's going to be close on the line, squeeze out. So that was, well, fun and games for the first lap or so, and then we'll get the official result from the announcer here. It's Graham Sutton. 2 races in 1, but Mould it was from Wales, who looked like he had the drop.
Well, they're very close for third place there, but no doubt about the winner, and that was Ben Mould. In second place, Josh Brook, and we get confirmation. It looked very much as if right on the line there, David Bass just came through to take the third place, ahead of Jake Reed. It was a very, very tight finish.
Mould it was, then Brook, and they're calling it Bass just getting through on the line for the third place.
Rider on the outside there, and that's David
Heat
Bass.
number 2, and we've still got another 16 to go.
Thanks to Dave Lanning there, bringing back the good old days for the commentary for race number 2. We're looking around here at this meeting sponsored by Dolphin Shopping and Leisure.
Riders for heat number 3. Mark Carmichael, gate 1, Marcin Szymanski, gate 2, Marshall Paradinsky, gate 3, and Shemek Pimkowski on gate number 4.
So 3 poles in this one here, and as Dave clearly told you, it is rough and tumble out there. So here we go, then keep an eye on Krasinski on the inside. It's Carmichael there. He's normally pretty fast away from the starts. He's on that inside gate. Charlie Marshall looking across the meeting here is clouded by the music festival, as Dave said, in the background there, blaring away. So here we go. And away they go in a charge for the first turn. It's an interesting one here, but it is Carmichael trying to find a way up the inside. He's gone back in a couple of positions there. But out in front, no doubt about the man who is leading the way. That is Szymanski. Good race going on there with Szymanski. Look at this here, pressure coming under him for third place now. Getting awfully interesting. But the Poles really do love their cycle speedway. They love their motor speedway as well. And they are carving them up in this one. Look over the shoulder. He's got a sizable lead. He's going to get the 4 points.
Marcin Szymanski, ladies and gentlemen, the master. former world champion.
Well done, Martin.
And what a start that was for him with 4 points. Ahead of Przemek Bydkowski in second. Third place going to Marcin Paradinsky. And fourth, Mark Carmichael.
Good ride from Szymanski there.
Riders for Heat 4, Greg Bydkowski, Gate 1. Łukasz Nowacki, Gate 2. Mike Grimes, Gate 3. And Poole Hurd goes from gate position number 4.
Keep an eye on Mike Grimes there with that pink stripe down his levers there, and out on the outside it is Hurd. So we've got 2 Poles and 2 Brits in this one here. Looks like we're getting ready to rumble on this one. Hurd in the orange and white stripes. And away they go in the charge for the first turn, and Hurd has missed out there, but it is the Poles who have gone to the front. A good scrap going on between the 2 Brits at the back there, but out in front, no doubt about the young man in front, and he's looking good. That is Glugowski. Comes around this first and second turn, and spread out in comparison to the last couple of races, but there's no doubt about it, it is Glugowski who takes the win there.
Bydkowski, ladies and gentlemen, Łukasz Nowacki, Mike Grimes and Poole Hurd. That's the way we finished in heat number 4. We've got 2 on the trot now, but that's 4 points to Greg Bydkowski, 3 to Łukasz Nowacki, 2 points to Mike Grimes and 1 point to Poole Hurd.
So the Dolphin and Shopping Leisure sponsored Senior European Final. There it is. Kowalski has got a win, Ben Mold's got a win, Szymanski's got a win, and Glugowski has also got a win. They are the leaders of the packs with 4 points. And down at the bottom end there's Zach Payne with no points. He of course was excluded.
Just standing in the pits here and watching the racing, blimey, don't these boys go for it. The speed at which they pick up their pedals coming out of the corners, and the rip that you can hear from the tyres into the shale as they put some power down is absolutely fantastic. And I think you can say that we've seen 4 good races to start the meeting, and I'm sure that we're going to have another 16 to come.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Nigel. And yes, indeed, we go to heat number 5 and second on the trot for Greg Bydkowski. He does have a gate 1. On gate 2, we've got Paweł Segła. On gate 3, Ben Mold. And on gate 4, Marcin Paradinsky.
Paradinsky there on the outside gate number 4. And number 9 on his back. Must admit, it would be good if they could wear the helmet colours like you do in Speedway, make life a lot more easier for commentary. But the silence of the crowd here, music in the background still bearing away. That's from a music festival. Here we go then, heat number 5. Into the Tates there. We wait for the decision of the referee. And are we going to get an exclusion? Well, there was plenty of movement there, and it's the guy on gate number 2. Oh, no doubt about it. It is Segowski who went into the tapes, and he will be excluded.
Just confirmation of that, ladies and gentlemen. Paweł Segowski was the rider excluded at the tapes and moving under starters' orders. And if he'd like to make his way back to the pits immediately, please, Paweł, you're excluded from the race. Referee's decision.
Well, he's not happy about it.
Go on, Paweł. It's a big event. I know these riders put a lot into it. But the fact is, there's only one decision that counts, and we'd rather Paweł came back to the pits now than risk a match exclusion, because that is the inevitable consequence of not coming back to the pits when so instructed.
And he's not happy about leaving the raceway. So here we go then for the restart with 3 riders only. So Pelinsky there on the outside. The one to watch in the restart here. And of course, Glujowski, of course, on the outside. Yeah, they also had a win first time out, and away they go. And he's gone into pole position again from that inside gate. And listen to the crowd. Oh, contact there. Well, we've got some fun and games going on here. There's clear contact as they went round that corner there, but it is Glujowski out in front. He's going to get his second win. He's a long, long way clear. But it was what went on behind him, which was pretty rough and tumbled. Carmichael it is who will take the second place there.
2 races, 2 wins for Greg Bukowski. In second place, Martin Karavinsky. And in third place, picking himself up there after that little tumble, was Ben Mould. Well, kind of incident to set the tongues wagging after the early races. Moved to heat 6 with Lukasz Nowacki gate 1, Mark Carmichael on 2, Sherman Kowalczyk gate 3, and Josh Brook on gate number 4.
Josh Brook from Ipswich on the outside gate, gate number 4 here. But he's got 3 poles out there as well. Kowalski, who scored 1 point first time out. Carmichael's in this one as well. On gate number 2. And Nowacki there on the inside, and he had a second place first time out. And away they go, and a charge for the first turn. And it's an interesting one, but it's a super start there for Nowacki, who's gone in front here. Carmichael is chasing hard in second place, getting very, very close now. This is a bit more like it. And all 4 of them really giving it a go. Carmichael still trying to nudge away through on the inside here. But it's Nowacki out in front, leading the way here. Third place at the moment is Brook from the Ipswich, and almost tangle at the back there. Now Brook is putting a bit of pressure on Carmichael, but he can't quite find a way around him. So Nowacki takes 4 points there.
So the result of heat number 6. The win for Lukasz Nowacki. He's a former world champion, of course, and in second place, Mark Carmichael. Third place, Josh Brook, and fourth, Sherman Kowalczyk. Next up, Shemek Binkowski, gate 1, Mikey Grimes, gate 2, Jake Reed, gate 3, and Zach Payne on gate 4.
So move on to heat number 7 of this Dolphin Leisure and Shopping. Payne on the outside gate. Remember, he got excluded first time out. And away they go in the charge for the first turn. It's an interesting one here. But out in front, they're making a very good start and pulling away very, very quickly there. And looking fast as well. Oh, trouble at the back there. We've got a faller. And it looks like we've got contact up the other end as well. But round that turn there, down the back straight. 2 turns to negotiate here. And it will be a good win here. And a comfortable one for Brzezinski. Cruising over the line.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the result of heat number 7. And 4 points for Shemek Binkowski. Second place went to Jake Reed. Third to Zach Payne. And fourth to Mikey Grimes, who took an unfortunate tumble, picked himself up for 1 point. As we move to Heat 8, the riders will be Poole Hurd, Gate 1, David Bass, Gate 2, Maciej Gonczarek, Gate 3, and Marcin Szymanski, Gate 4. What a lineup here in Heat number 8.
We're coming to the last race of the second round of races. Keep an eye on Bass there. Knows what he can do, but out in front it is Bass who's made a superstar. Getting all tight again, and we've got a counter there. And, well, that will be the end of the race for Poole Hurd. Although he will get back on and pick up a point. But it is Bass who is out in front. The guy from Katowice leading the way. One lap to go here. And look at this here. Comfortable. It will be. And over the line. Good win there for Bass.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, got a little bit untidy there halfway through the race with a little bit of contretemps, but nevertheless the race winner there from Gate 2, David Bass from Świętolewice. Second place rider was Maciej Gonczarek, and third Marcin Szymanski. Fourth place, picking himself up for the 1 point, was Poole Hurd.
So the leaders here, it is Brzezowski there on 8 points, Brzezowski on 7, Nowacki on 7, David Bass, Ben Mould, Szymanski all on 6.
Well, we have one rider unbeaten from 2 outings. Greg Glukowski, of course, a former rider here at Newfoundland Drive, and behind him 3 riders having dropped just 1 point. Marcin Paraginski, Samek Binkowski and Lukas Nowacki. So those are the early leaders, the top 4 in the leaderboard after 2 races apiece.
Well, thank you, Rob. Thank you, Nigel. As we go to heat number 9, here's the lineup then. Poole Hurd, second to 2 on the trot, goes from Gate 1. There goes the whistle. Josh Brook on Gate 2. On Gate 3, Samek Binkowski, one of the early pace setters, 7 out of 8, as you just heard. So he's one to watch in this one. And on Gate 4, Paweł Cegielski.
So here we're moving on to heat number 9. Cegielski there on the outside. He's had a bit of a rough old time so far. He's only got 3 points from his opening 2 rides. So here we go then. The starting marshal checking on them, making sure they're all lined up. They are within their grids. Brook on the inside. Can he get away this time? Well, have a look. He can get away. Oh, and he's gone down there on the first turn. And surely, well, we've got a tumble. We're going to have a restart. Let's have a look at it here. And leaning on as they go into the corner there is the young man from Ipswich who was putting in the old shove in there.
Well, Poole Hurd certainly in the wars today. Takes another tumble there on the first bend. Riders really, shall we say, going for it in a big way. So we've got all 4 back on the line. Have another go for the restart of heat 9.
So Hurd on the inside there, and Brooks there on gate number 2. They were the 2 who tangled first time out. So let's see how they go here in the restart of heat number 9. And away they go. And again, tangle on the first turn there, but it is Brooks who comes out in front here, and Hurd getting shoved again here. Plenty of roughing them up on this one, isn't there? But no doubt about the young man out in front. That is Brooks, who got away. And Hurd really got beaten up by the two poles behind him there. But I don't think they're going to catch Josh Brook. He is well out in front in this one. And it looks like Hurd has pulled out of the race. He's a long, long way behind. But he's back on and going again.
Josh Brook, ladies and gentlemen, Pavel Zagorski, Shemet Binkowski and Poole Hurd. That's the finishing order in race number 9. We move on to heat 10, interval after this one. On gate 1, Marcin Szymanski. On 2, it's Ben Mould. Gate 3, Szymon Kowalczyk. And on gate 4 will be Mikey Grimes.
Szymanski on 1, Mould on 2, Kowalczyk on 3, and Grimes is on the outside gate, gate number 4. That's how they line up then. And away they go. And the charge for the first turn here. A very tight one again. Go down the back straight. And look at this here, because out in front and looking comfortable at the moment, it is Szymanski. He really made it a super fast start. And again, getting very tight at the back there for the third place points. A few elbows going in here. Go around the bottom turn once again here. The referee keeping a very close eye on it here. And again, the shoulders coming in there. They're on the final lap. Szymanski out in front. He will win this one. But he is going to be pushed right to the line, but he hangs on there for 4 points. Awfully tight.
Marcin Szymanski there, the master, takes the 4 points in heat number 10. Second place rider was Szymon Kowalczyk. In third, Mikey Grimes. And fourth was Ben Mould.
So we're getting straight on to heat number 11. Pazinski there on gate 1. Zach Payne on 2. David Bass, winner last time out, gate number 3. Novaki on the outside gate, gate number 4. That's how they line up then for this race. Heat number 11. And it's a charge for the first turn. It's a good start there for Pazinski, who's gone in front. Pazinski leading the way. Pressed in behind him here. Second place at the moment. And looking pretty good, but going after Pazinski up front is Novaki. And came through into third place. It's getting interesting for the third place point at the back there. And a bit of elbows coming into it from Bass there. Come round this turn once ahead. Ahead for the checkered flag.
Marcin Paraginski, Malcolm from Torrent, takes the race ahead of Lukasz Nowacki, David Bass and Zach Payne.
And look at this here. A bit of ballet dancing on your bike as well, and that is enough to lose third place.
Heat number 12 up next with Jake Reed on 1, Maciej Ganczarek gate 2, Mark Carmichael on 3, and Greg Lukowski goes from gate 4.
Lukowski unbeaten on gate number 4, former Poole rider. So here we go then. Heat number 12. Carmichael do anything off at gate number 3. It's a long run into that first turn. Karazarek and Glukowski will be the favourites in this one. And away they go in the charge for the first turn. It's an interesting one here. It's very tight, but it is the poles who show in front. Around the third and fourth turn, and looking good for victory here is Ganczarek, who is leading the way. Second place at the moment, it is Lukowski, and this could be his first defeat of the tournament. He's unbeaten from his first two. Third place at the moment. It is Carmichael Reid at the back, and they're getting very tight for the points there. And it is Carmichael who's gone through on the inside of Reid, roughing him up there on the bottom turn. No doubt about the winner there.
For your race winner, Poole Comics rider in the Elite League this year and local resident, former European champion back in 2008, Maciej Gancharin. Greg Lukowski in second place, Mark Carmichael third, and fourth was Jake Reid.
So there it is, Glukowski, the leader, winning 11 points, beaten for the first time. We've got Nowacki on 10, Saminski also on 10, and Binkowski there on 9 with Josh Brooks. The Poles are leading the way. Well, they said Britain was going to the polls. I don't quite think they meant it in this way.
I'm just looking through my programme here, and it's still hard to call how it's going to go, but maybe 16 or 17 points be good enough for a podium position. We've got one or two sort of silent assassins lurking in the background there. I shouldn't call them silent assassins really, but people who score points regularly throughout the meeting, and then when you look at the end, they've suddenly come up with 17 or 18 points. There's a few of those lurking around. There's a few of them with gate ones still to come, which is going to be a benefit to them. But as it is in the pits, the guys are fairly relaxed at the moment. Bikes are being checked over, tyres being cleaned, and we're still good to go for another 8 heats.
Well, let's have a quick look down the score chart then, as it looks at the moment. Pavel Cegelski has 6 points from his 3 outings. Simon Kowalczyk has 8, Zach Payne 3, Matti Kanzarek has 8 points, Ben Mould 7, Josh Brook has 9, Jake Reid has scored 5 from his 3, 8 points for David Bass, 9 points for Marshan Parajinsky, 6 points for Mark Carmichael. Samak Binkowski has 9. That leaderboard currently in joint second place, Marshan Szymanski with 10 points. Greg Lukowski is the leader with 11, and joining Marshan Szymanski in joint runners-up spot at the moment, Lukasz Nowacki. 5 points for Mike Grimes after his 3, and just 3 from 3 for Paul Hurd, who's had a meeting he'd probably rather forget, having ended up on the ground 3 out of 3 times, I think, Rob.
Yeah, at least. And poor old Paul's licking his wounds here, but he'll bounce back. He's a good guy. And as we just approach heat number 13 now, all to play for. Quietly racking the points up there, Marcin Szymanski. Been there, done it, got the t-shirt and the crown and the cup. He might take a bit of stopping. Greg's on there. Lukasz Nowacki, quietly good, as always, just mopping up the points.
All right, that's the whistle for heat number 13. Back to Graham.
Thank you, Nigel. And the whistle blows, timely fashion from referee Mr. Prince. Riders have a minute to reach the tapes, and they will be. Jake Reid coming out for the second consecutive race, and once again he's on gate 1. On gate 2, alongside him we've got Lukasz Nowacki, former world champion. On gate 3 we've got Pavel Cegelski, and on gate 4 another former world champion, Marshan Szymanski. Powerhouse lineup here in race number 13.
Cegelski there on gate number 3. He's got 6 points to his name so far, and Szymanski, another former world champion there, is in the green. He's on the outside gate, and so far he's also picked up 10 points. So we're getting ready to go here. Can Reid mix it up with the 2 world champions, or former world champions? And away they go in the charge for the first time. Good start there for Nowacki. He's got out in front there. Reid hanging on to second place at the moment. Szymanski in third place. Cegelski is at the back. Come round this turn here. It is Nowacki out in front. Reid doing well in second place. Szymanski trying to find a way through on the inside of him here, but he's holding it tight to the line. Szymanski still trying to find a way through. Can he get the run here now? He's got Cegelski attacking on the outside. Nowacki well out in front. He's going to win it here, but look at it here. Cegelski comes through on the inside. Szymanski and that has allowed the young Brit to get away in second place. He's happy with that. No doubt about the win.
Well, easy win there for Lucas Novacki. He was out in front, out of trouble. Seemed to have a clear run in that one. All the action was behind him. And in second place, holding on to the 3 points, was Jake Reed. Pavel Sigelski puts the earlier part of the meeting behind him with the third place there, relegating Marcin Szymanski back to fourth place. Riders for Heat 14, David Bass Gate 1, Przemek Bykowski Gate 2, Greg Bykowski Gate 3, and Szymon Kowalczyk Gate 4. It's an all-Polish race here in race 14. Whistle blows, riders on 1 minute.
Bass there on the inside. Arm out straight, telling him where he's going to go, that's for sure. Get the fastest run to the first turn here. Glukowski, though, is the leader of the pack at the moment. So that's the one that they need to stop. In the charge for the first turn, and it is indeed Bass who's got away. Good start there for Bass. Open up a sizable lead already. There's one lap completed on these tight turns here in Poole in Dorset. Terrific raceway. Good scrap going on for second, third and fourth. And it's all Polish affair, but it is David Bass who will go on to victory. You can see the checker flag is already out, and there he goes over the line for 4 points, 3 points there to Binoski. Of course, decided really on the first turn.
David Bass, your race winner there. In heat number 14, followed home by Przemek Bykowski in second place. In third, Greg Bykowski. And fourth place went to Simon Kowalczyk. Riders for 15, heat 15 next, Zach Payne, Gate 1. Paul Hurd, Gate 2, Ben Mould, Gate 3, and Mark Carmichael, Gate 4. Well, the polls outnumber the Brits in this final, ladies and gentlemen, but we have now got a race with all our top Brits in it. 4 Brits in this one, heat number 15, so sit back and enjoy the action.
Well, we had 4 poles last time, we got 4 Brits this time. And which way will it go? Who will be the king of the Lions? And away they go in a charge for the first turn. And it looks like it is Zach Payne who's gone in front. It is indeed got away from the inside gate there. Good scrap going on behind him. But it is Payne leading the way here. And look at this. The Lions are having their share in this one. But Payne still leading the way and looking comfortable at the moment. And plenty of look over the shoulders going on behind him there. And Carmichael is bringing up the rear at the moment. But Zach Payne is going to get a victory here.
For his champion, Zach Payne takes that one from England captain Paul Hurd. Ben Mould in third place, and fourth place, Mark Carmichael. Heat 16 next features Mikey Grimes, Gate 1, Maciej Ganczarek on 2, Josh Brook, Gate 3, and Marcin Paradinsky on Gate number 4.
It's an interesting looking lineup here for this one. And first turn, very, very important. And Grimes do the business from the inside. Rough up the poles. Away to go in the charge for the first turn. It is indeed a good start for Grimes. Grimes has got away there, and there's good scrap going on for second and third place. And even the rider at the back not too far out of the way, and he will try and come through on the inside here, but Grimes has got away here. And look at the battle for third place. They're really mixing it up. It's Gazaric in second place, and he's getting closer to Grimes. Can he find a way through here? For the battle for second and third, 2 races in one here. But it is the Brit who's going to hold on. He goes round the bottom turn over the line.
Coventry's finest, Mikey Grimes, ladies and gentlemen. Coventry's #1 rider. The main man, Mikey Grimes, 4 points. Right on his back wheel there. Matthew Gancharik in second place. Josh Brook in third. And fourth place, Marcin Paradinsky.
So let's have a look then. After 4 races, the situation there. Novaki on 14. Kluczowski off the top spot there. He's on 13. And it is Binkowski and Ganzarik and David Bass all on 12. Marcin Siminski there with Josh Brook on 11. Brook the top 11. So the Poles are running the show at the moment.
Well, the Poles once again have shown extremely well here, Rob, and again it's underlined the fact that the Polish riders have grasped Cycle Speedway in no uncertain terms. I said earlier they are the World Team Cup champions, and perhaps no surprise then that here they've shown so well, with a couple of them of course having home track knowledge here at Newfoundland Drive.
Yeah, so I mentioned to you earlier on that the test match that took place at Southampton on Friday night was won by the Polish team. They used a squad of 10 riders for that meeting, and I can tell you that 5 of them aren't here today, so that just shows you the strength of Polish Cycle Speedway up to the top level, and certainly the physicality of these riders. You know, the strength that they have in their legs and the physicality across the shoulders is quite a sight to behold, and when you get hit by one of these guys heading into the first corner, wow, you do stay hit.
So here we go then, heat number 17, Mike Grimes, Mark Carmichael, David Bass, gate number 3, and Cegelski on the outside. Pavel Cegelski's had a rough old tumble day. Bass on gate number 3's gone pretty well. Michael there, and Mike Grimes on the inside. Can Grimes and Carmichael keep Bass and Cegelski at bay in this one? Poland, of course, the world team champions. Also got plenty of world champions as well. And, well, we've got an exclusion, and it is Mike Carmichael who has been thrown out of the race.
Right on with to Mark Carmichael. The judge still moved at the tapes there and gets an exclusion. 3 riders only, the restart.
Well, that is very, very harsh, isn't it? So 3 only for the restart then, and Bass and Cegelski can have room to come across on the inside here of Grimes. Get on that outside grid. Bass there on gate number 3. And away they go, and into the first turn. It's getting a bit rough there, and oh, they've roughed up Grimes there on the first turn. And look at this here, down he goes. And, well, the Poles tore him apart. So it's Cegelski who got away from the outside gate with a perfect cutback on that first and second turn, and he's out in front, and he will win this one unless he does anything remarkably silly. 2 pens to negotiate, and you can see how far back the Brit is there.
Pavel Cegelski, the race winner in heat number 17. David Bass there had a lot of ground to make up, but left himself too much to do after that little coming together with Mikey Grimes, who finished 3rd. But certainly you can say that Pavel Cegelski ended the meeting a lot better than he started it. 4 points for his efforts. Heat 18 next. Szymon Kowalczyk on 1. Marshall Paradinsky on 2, Poole Hurd on gate 3, and Jake Reed goes from gate 4.
So the last round of races, of course, this will decide who gets the gold, silver and bronze. The poles certainly are in pole position, and Kowalski there on the inside will start as favourite for this one. Getting ready to go. Buddy Marshall taking a check across the line. We're under starters orders. And away they go in a charge for the first turn here. And no doubt about the man who's gone in front here. And look at this here. It's getting roughy behind him. But out in front here it is Kowalski who's leading the way. And tries to go around that turn there. That's the short. Coming under pressure up front here, and there's a scrap at the back there. But no doubt about the man who is leading, and he is still being chased very, very hard here. Can he find a way through? No, he can't. He closes the door there. And Parazinski has to settle for second place there.
Simon Kowalczyk takes a win. His second of the day, started with a win, finished with a win. Couple of lasts in between, didn't do his chances any good whatsoever, but right on his tail in the second place was former European champion from Torren, Marcin Paradinsky. In third place, Poole Hurd, and fourth place went to Jake Reed. Next up, Josh Brook goes from gate 1. On gate 2, Greg Bukowski. On gate 3, Marcin Szymanski. And on gate 4, Zach Payne. The lineup for the penultimate scheduled race, barring any runoffs, heat 19.
So the penultimate heat of this 20 heat meeting's been some exciting racing here today. So Brook on the inside. Can he get away? Payne on the outside. Szymanski there on 3.
Okay, riders at the tapes, ladies and gentlemen, best of order please, best of order, thank you.
And away they go, and it is Brook who's made a good start there on the inside. He's got away. Oh, and look at this here as Payne switched back perfectly to go into second place, but it is Brook in front from Payne in second place. Kucharski there in third place. Szymanski is at the back here, and it is the Brits who are carving them up. A good scrap going on here. Payne hanging on to second place at the moment, and a right old tuffle. And there's Szymanski who's going to attack on the outside here, and he will try and switch back up, and he's done just that there. And he's moved Payne over. Szymanski goes through into second place. But Brook is going to win it. Szymanski there in second place, and again, Payne just about hangs on to third place. And we've got a rider who's down there, and that is Kucharski there.
Good one for the Brits there in heat number 19.
Have a look at it here as Payne goes charging through.
Race winner was Josh Brook. Second place went to Marcin Szymanski. Third place to Zach Payne. And fourth place to Greg Bukowski. Just took a little tumble at the end of the race there. And have a check up to see if he's good to get to the pits. Line up for heat 20 coming up. Features Maciej Gacharek on gate 1, Szymek Bukowski on gate 2, Lucas Navati on gate 3, on gate 4, and the Ben Mould.
Navaki needs some points. He could win this if he can find away from that third gate position here. Will the other poles help him out? It's going to be an interesting one here. Benoski there on 2, Interesting looking lineup here. And Charik on the inside. Dudowski there. Novacki there on 3 and away they go. And it is Guncharik who's gone in front. Dudowski in second place here. Go round the third and fourth turns. But Guncharik leading the way here. Dudowski still in second place and Novacki back in third. Mould is at the back here, but it's Guncharik who is going to spoil the party here unless Novacki can find something very, very special. Back there in third place, and look at what's going on behind him here. Guncharik still leading the way, and he gets a nudge out of the way there. Oh, and he's opened the corner up there. And Novacki's got past them all there. He is going to snatch it at the back, and he does just that. Unbelievable final lap there. And there it is.
Well, it all happened on the last lap of the race, ladies and gentlemen, and Lucas Novacki saw the gap. Riders fighting in front of him for positions, and not for the first time today, Lucas Novacki saw a big gap there, and a very inviting gap, and you do need a little bit of luck on the way to a European title, and certainly Lucas Novacki devoured it in that one to take the race win and finish the meeting on 18 points. And in second place was Szymek Binkowski. In third place, Ben Mould, and in fourth place, Maciej Guncharik. Well, no doubt about the winner, and that's Lucas Novacki on 18 points. Let's have a look down and see who's next. I think we've got a series of 15 pointers. We've got more racing, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 3 riders on 15. Josh Brook, David Bass, and Szymek Binkowski. Well, one more race, the silver, the bronze, and the fourth place. Josh Brook, David Bass, and Szymek Binkowski.
Second and third place. Josh Brooks done very well to get in there, and Binkowski is there as well. And David Bass, who suffered earlier on in this meeting, but he goes off the inside. Brook there on the outside. Binkowski there on gate number 3. This is to decide silver and bronze. In 4 laps, can Brooks do something from the outside? And away they go in the charge for the first turn, and it is Bass who's got away there. Binkowski shut Brooks out completely. Brooks will keep coming back, but no doubt about down in front. That is David Bass leading the way here, and it's going to be a poles 1, 2, 3 unless Brook can find a way through. The young man from Ipswich chasing hard, going right out wide here, being squeezed out. And tries to find a way through on the inside. The door is slammed shut in front of him. They're on the final lap. David Bass is going to take the silver medal. Brooks still trying to find a way, and he's being carved up. Can he push himself through? No, he can't. He's off his bike.
David Bass, ladies and gentlemen, your runner-up. Stay off the track, please, guys. Off the track. No, we don't want this. Off you go. Okay, David Bass in first place there, takes the silver medal, and Szymek Binkowski in the third place takes the bronze medal. And commiserations to Josh Brook, who got the bum draw on gate 4, but he really tried 100% and finishes 4th overall. So commiserations to Josh Brook.
So there it is, the 1, 2, 3, 4. Novacki, the winner with 18 points. David Bass on 15. We got Binkowski on 15. Brooks there in 4th place. The top Brit on 15 as well. But it's the Poles who steal the show. 1, 2, 3 here, the Poole Cycle Speedway Club. We hope you've enjoyed this production. Let's go down pit side.
European Senior Champion for 2016, ladies and gentlemen, from Horsepower Hammers, Łukasz Nowacki.
here we are. It's the end of the meeting and an end of a productive weekend, certainly for this gentleman, our European Open champion, Łukasz Nowacki from Poland originally. Łukasz, a great weekend's racing for you. You bided your time, you took the opportunities when they came along, and you ended up on top of the roster.
Yeah, brilliant weekend for me. I'm not going to lie, I didn't expect it. I did expect it. You know, you train all year for this event and you expect to win. But you know, whatever you do, however it comes, you kind of always surprised, and you know, I can't believe it still. So yeah.
It was a tough meeting, wasn't it? Because all of those riders were very much of a level standard, and it was a bit of bad luck in some cases. And in your fifth ride, there was a gap that just opened up with a little bit of pressure that happened in front, and you were there to seize the opportunity. Yeah,
I was kind of taking my time a little bit because I knew third place would give me a run-up for the title if the race would have finished like it was. So I was kind of weighed my options, really. I was waiting for Przemek to make his move. If not, I would have made my move on the last lap. So kind of, you know. Yeah.
And where do we go now? More league racing for the rest of this season, or other championships?
Yeah, there's no break. Next week we're going to Ipswich. We've got to win the meeting Elite League to keep our titles hope alive. So yeah, there's no break. We'll just carry on.
Anybody you want to say thank you to?
Yes, I'd like to say thank you to my wife, who just broke her collarbone 2 weeks ago. So she's recovering. She was watching it online, so yeah. Regards to her. I want to say thank you to Jeff Gamage because he's helping me along. Kind of last couple of years of my career, he helped me a lot. So yeah, thanks to Jeff and Magda.
Well, Łukasz, it's always great to see you down here at Poole. We do enjoy your racing style. That armchair style is something to behold. Today it's paid real dividends for you. You've come out top of the tree. Hearty congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. It's good. You know, I love the place. I always have. I love people running the club, and the track is just awesome. So yeah, it's a great achievement for me to win it today.
Thanks, Łukasz.
Thank you.
Okay, well, it's been a great day for Cycle Speedway here at Harbourside Park, and Lisa's with me from the Dolphin Shopping Centre, retail
liaison manager.
Thank you, I knew I'd forget it.
Or general dog's body.
We've all got one of those. Lisa, thank you ever so much, because it's the second year that the Dolphin have been involved with Cycle Speedway, and we hope that you're getting value from it. What prompted you to get involved?
Legal and General, the owners of the shopping centre, are very keen for us to get involved with the local community, be it with the local sports clubs. We're also sponsors at Poole Speedway for the presenters there. We thoroughly enjoyed the World Championships last year, and we wanted to continue that with the Europeans this year.
And do you have people come to the shopping centre and mention Cycle Speedway as they're in there doing their shopping?
We do now and again, yes, they come up to us. We've recently had a window display for the Poole Pirates, and we're going to be doing one for the Poole Cycle Speedway over the next few weeks to raise awareness of them being down here and to give them a hand.
And a chance that there may be some more sponsorship arrangements and cooperation for the future?
Yes, hopefully we'll be chatting to them after this is finished now, and hopefully we'll be doing the same next year.
Well, absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much indeed for the time and the effort that you've put in on behalf of the Cycle Speedway fraternity. We hope it pays dividends for the business, and we look forward to doing some more business with you in the future.
Yeah, and we look forward to it as well.
Thanks very much indeed,
Yeah,
Lisa.
thank you.
Okay, so we've come to the end of racing today, and Graham Sutton, the Poole Club manager, is with me. Graham, it's been a great weekend, 3 days, 3 busy days. Track's held up well. We've had close racing, we've had incident, we've had excitement, we've had a big crowd. Just about ticked all the boxes, haven't we?
I think we have, Rob. Certainly 3 days. I don't know about the riders' legs, but mine are aching a little bit after all the activity. Yeah, we started 10:30 on Friday morning. We ran through Saturday, and here we are down at Harbourside today to round it off. And when you get racing like we've had today, and in fact all over the weekend, it makes it all worthwhile.
And we've got to say that there was no quarter asked or given, certainly in that open final. We had an incident with Jagelski, which certainly sort of hyped things up a little bit. But at the end of the day, Lucas Novacki won the meeting, and he won it on a very clean pass from a bit of patience.
Well, he did indeed. I think it's fair to say that if you want to win any major championship, you've got to have a little bit of luck going your way, and certainly Lucas took advantage of what luck did come his way. And of course, in that vital final race, heat 20, before the runoff, but a gap opened up and he was there to take it. You've got to be in the right place at the right time, and it brought the meeting to a fitting climax, because that obviously is the blue ribbon event, the senior final. It's great to see the girls and juniors, but we got an extra sort of go up a gear for the senior final, and to have it go right down to the final lap of the final race, well, you couldn't get much better than that, really.
Graham, you mentioned there the juniors and the girls, and I want to mention those to you, because certainly the girls have come on a bomb, haven't they? The advent of your open evenings on Tuesday for anybody to come and have a go has really been a major success for Cycle Speedway.
Well, yeah. I mean, if there are changes over the sport, obviously I've been in it a few years. We won't say how many, but the years I've been in the sport, the changes I've seen are, first and foremost, we've had racing for all age categories. When we started the club, it was really for teens and 20s predominantly, and it's all boys. Now we've got all ages, and we start them off on a Tuesday club night as young as 2 or 3 or 4 little strider bikes, and they come right the way up through the ranges into the Youth and Junior League, which is the grassroots competition where they really cut their teeth in Cycle Speedway. And secondly, of course, as you say, women's racing, and women and girls now. All right, we sort of what should we say? Going back into the 1990s, we did have Jess Lamb here, who was one of the top riders in the very early days. But you couldn't necessarily ever raise a full field of 16 girls and women for a major championship. But we can do that now, and we did have that today, even though Poland does not compete at a very high level with women's racing. It's got a couple of riders, and it's concentrated on Australia and the UK. But nevertheless, it's something that I want to see develop here. We've got the Mayor of Poole interested through the This Girl Can campaign, which is a Sports Council thing. She's agreed to come down and meet our girls, and we're going to recruit a few more. And the other top club for girls in the sport is Leicester, and we're actually going to stage some matches between Poole and Leicester next season to try and spell out to other clubs around the sport that if you really go for it, get plenty of girls, then that is another important future dimension for the sport to enable it to survive and prosper.
You know, Cycle Speedway is predominantly an amateur sport, and riders pay their own way. You've been very fortunate with some cunning moves to obtain sponsorship, and we've had a chat with Lisa from the Dolphin Centre earlier on. They were obviously impressed by what happened last year at the World event. They're happy to come on board and do today as well. It's fantastic for the Poole Club to build that solid base moving forward.
Well, obviously, all commercial sponsorship in sport is very valued, and yes, you're quite right. Lisa's been very proactive in getting further support this year after the success of the Worlds last year, and it's a question of little and often. As you look around the circuit, you'll see lots of company names here, and in the programme today you'll see lots of names of companies that have supported us, and in that way we can offset the expenses we've got for the upkeep of a circuit like this. Obviously we are one of the premier venues for International Cycle Speedway, but it comes at a price, and believe me, the work of the volunteers in this club that goes into putting this circuit together as it is, and all the infrastructure, is unbelievable. You just could not believe the amount of effort, and it does take some money as well, and so every penny counts, and the commercial sponsors are included in that.
So to wrap it up, are you going to go home a happy man this evening?
Happy, hungry, but I'm not going to be taking part in any discussions about after the Worlds last year and the Euros this year, and obviously we got the British. We're taking part in the British Individuals Weekend on Bank Holiday at the end of August, so we've got an event here as well. And then after that, I think I'll put my feet up and let a few other clubs do a bit of work for a change.
Well said, Graham. Sutton. Fully deserved rest coming up. Thanks for all your help, Graham, with me over the last couple of days, and the work that I've been doing as part of the championships. Well done to you and to your club. And there we are. We've just about come to the end of a busy weekend of Cycle Speedway. It's been a kind weekend weather-wise. It's been super action on the track. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage that we've brought to you. If you do like it, come and see us again. Certainly on a Tuesday night, if you want to have a go down here at Harbourside Park, look to the website www.poolespeedway.com. Thank you.
Right.
And on Twitter, it's there as well. And on behalf of our friends at Speedway Portal who've been covering the event for us, www.speedwayportal.com. Thanks for being with us. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon.